Now let us understand how to solve linear inequalities from a given graph. Question number 3. Write an inequality that is modeled by the graph below. Show it algebraically. So on a graph we are given two lines and we need to write down an inequality which could use these graphs. Let us say these lines represent functions, and let's say this line represents a function g of x and that represents f of x. So we can write down an inequality, and well, let us say this point is 3 for us. Okay, so we can write an inequality as f of x is greater than g of x. That's an inequality, right? Now, and the solution for this is what? From the graph we can see the solution. When is f of x greater than g of x? It is after this point, right? So after this point. So all along this, not including 3, at 3 both are equal, correct? So the solution is from 3 onwards when x is greater than 3. So that is the solution for this particular inequality. So from a graph we can actually read the solution. Now let us try to solve and check the solution algebraically. That is part 2 of this question. Now for that we need to first write down the equation, right? What is g of x? Now g of x is a straight line with y-intercept of 4 and the slope is rise over run, which is rise of minus 4, run of 4. That means slope is minus 1, right? So let's get the equation of g of x. So we get y-intercept of 4. So we can write g of x as equal to y-intercept of 4 and slope of minus 1. So we get minus x plus 4. And now what is f of x? Now f of x is equal to y-intercept of minus 2. And to find the slope, let us check with this point itself. Or we can use 2 itself, right? So that is the slope. So rise of 2 and run of 2. So slope is also 1 plus 1 for this. Y-intercept of minus 2 gives us x minus 2 as the equation for f of x. Now when I say f of x is greater than g of x, we are trying to solve inequality f of x is x minus 2 greater than g of x is minus x plus 4. That is what we are trying to solve. So let's bring the variables together. So we get x plus x is greater than 2 plus 4, correct? Which is 2x is greater than 6, and we can divide by 2 and say x is greater than 3. Perfect. That matches. Do you see that? So algebraically we can find the solution very easily after finding the equation of the two functions, right? At times we may be asked to represent the solution on a number line. So on a number line you can represent your solution like this. Let's say this is my point 3 and that's my solution. So that is the point 3. Let's say this is 0 for us, and we can always check it with the help of this 0. As we see, 0 is not a part of solution, correct? So at 0 fx should not be greater than gx. Let's check. At 0 gx is greater, not fx. So that works fine, correct? So that is how we can solve and check our question also. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.